How to get hot leads. The most important thing so that you can get more leads and better quality leads is that you target your ideal client. So who is the person that you like to work with the most? Now, maybe you've tried this in the past, or maybe you never committed to it, or maybe you're doing that now, but you want to get super specific, and I'm going to show you how specific I mean. But literally think about the person that you love to work with and that you know you can get them extremely great transformational results, because that's what's most important. So the first thing is that you must get obsessed, I mean obsessed, with the problems and concerns of your ideal client. Now, if you're not sure what their problems are, then you got to interview them. You got to really get clear about these, and you got to make sure that this comes out not just in your copy, in your marketing copy, but comes out of your mouth wherever you go, because this is who you want to attract. So let me give you an example of this. When I first started as a financial planner almost a decade ago, I was very unclear about who I worked with. In fact, I was really trying to work with anyone because I just needed to make some money because I was going broke. And I kind of lucked out because I got this talk to parents of young kids at a preschool. And they actually first brought me in to talk about college funding, but what I realized when I started to sit down with these parents was that their problems were much deeper than just, not knowing how to pay for college. And I got super obsessed with their problems and their concerns and their challenges. And I knew what was driving them. What drove them was their children. But what the real problems were that they weren't being an example. They were feeling like, embarrassed and humiliated that they didn't have money, or that they were throwing it away, or they didn't have control of that. So I got so clear on their problems. And then I had to understand, well, how can I become the expert to help them really solve their problems? And that's the second thing. So the second thing is to become the expert who helps them really get what they want. Now, when I did this, I got very clear. Look, I was no longer trying to sell them a box. The box, I learned from my broker-dealer, was a financial planning service, either assets under management or some sort of mutual fund or product. But the box wasn't getting them what they wanted. They wanted something much, much deeper. So what instead I got clear on were the real results. And those things were like getting control of their money, to know what comes in and know what goes out. And how can you do that and feel like you're secure even before you have all the wealth in the world? I really started to understand that, and because of that, I started to get clients. And my business went from where I was making, just a 1,000 or 2,000 a month to hitting 6 figures the next year. That's how important it is to really target your market. So the last thing is you got to market that message. So once you understand their problems, their concerns, their challenges, really the deep stuff, then you got to make sure that's in your copy. You got to make sure that's what's coming out of your mouth. If you go to a networking event, if you're doing a speaking engagement, whatever it is, you got to be talking about problems and solutions. Problems and solutions. Here's what wasn't working for them, and here are the results that I was able to give them. And that's extremely, extremely important. So that message could be marketed in many ways. If you're not going to networking and want to do online marketing, that's another way to be very, very specific about that message and to get those hot, ideal clients, or hot leads, I should say, quality leads in the door. So let me give you this example. So I did these 2 ads very, very recently, and I was really testing the Facebook market. Okay, you can notice these side by side, they look very, very similar. But the messaging is everything, right? In this one, I was not very specific about the target. Now, I thought I was being specific because I was targeting women entrepreneurs. But what I realized is that this wasn't really hitting home very much. Like, it just kind of seemed like I was singing the same song that everybody else was singing. This was not that specific. Even though they were women entrepreneurs, it really wasn't ultra micro specific. But even though it wasn't as specific, I still made some money because I was targeting a specific client. But check out the difference here. When I got very, very micro specific about who my target client was, and I specifically decided to focus on financial advisors because I was one, and women financial advisors, and I really got the messaging around that, their problems, their concerns, what the result is that they wanted. Check out the difference. You ready for this? I made $34,758 of profit. That's a 10 times profit. Isn't that incredible? From just being even more specific about who I work with and the problems they were having and the results that I could provide. Now, how would you like to increase your market profitability by 10 times just by targeting your ideal client? Wouldn't that be amazing? So let me give you a couple more examples so you know that this is how important this really is, and it can really help you get hot leads. Because look, you can hear this and be like, yeah, I know that already. Or you can hear this and be like, wow, 10 times by getting micro specific on the target market that I work with. 10 times, baby. 10 times. It can get you excited. So here's an example of someone who didn't get the best results. Now, this is not a real picture, it's just a stock photo, but this woman came to me and she wanted to grow her business. And she had just invested $7,500 on sending out 5,000 postcards. She thought she was being specific. She was sending them out to high net worth retirees. Guess what? She was doing the same thing that everybody else was doing, same messaging. She even used a pre-approved material, so it really was the same old, as I like to say, she was singing the same old song. Now, she did get a result, but it wasn't really the result that she wanted. She got 4 students at $49 a person for 196 bucks. It's a typo there. And at the time when she came to me, she had closed 0 sales. So even though she had a few leads, first of all, she didn't have many leads, but they really weren't hot leads. And that was because she wasn't micro-specific in her target marketing. Now, on the other hand, this is Janet, one of my clients. She's actually a FEM, a female empowered moneymaker. She's in my program. And she got specific and targeted her market by doing a talk. And she got 17 new leads from this talk, 17 new leads, which was incredible. And then she actually closed 8 out of the 14 leads, a 57% closing ratio. Notice she didn't talk to all of them, but the fact that 14 of them actually met with her for a free meeting was exceptional because they were qualified. They were hot leads, baby. And then from that, in the first 2 sessions that she had, she closed $5,000 worth of business. And this all happened within 30 days. So all this is possible for you, and I want you to have that. That's why I wanted to spend the time giving you this video. Now, I don't know where you are or what's best for you, but I want to give you the opportunity to just have a conversation with me. Because if you want to grow your business, if you want to close more sales, if you want to get more hot leads, more qualified leads, then let me help you do that. So go ahead and click the button below, just schedule a call with me, and we'll have a conversation. What I do mostly on this call is to help you really focus on what's going to get you the fastest result. Because you might be spinning your wheels, and it might be great just to have a conversation to find out how you can do it much faster, get to the result faster so that you can make more money and help more people. I do have an advanced sales mastery event coming up, and that might be a fit, but I'm not sure. So just make sure you book the call with me and we'll find out what you need.